Good morning, afternoon, and evening, guys. We're back with another random tier list. Today we are ranking balls. We're going to talk about balls, which ones are the best, which ones are the most versatile, used in the most different situations, which ones will get you the best stuff. Poké Balls, of course, is what we're talking about today, ladies and gentlemen. S tier through F tier, we're going to be going through today, talking about all the Pokemon balls from the various Pokemon games over the years. A lot of these I know off the top of my head. Some of them I do not. So we're going to see as I get there. The first ball we're going to go over here, is going to be the Heavy Ball. Heavy Ball kind of sucks. Now, I'm judging these balls based not only on how they look, but also what they do. We're going to have an actual tier list here. Talk about which of these balls is going to be most effective. All right? So, the Heavy Ball, which is the one I just ranked in D tier, it can be used to catch heavy Pokemon. And that's it. And it kind of looks cool. The color scheme is better than the actual design of the ball, in my opinion. I don't really like the kind of bulges sticking out of the ball. It looks kind of weird. I'm going to say it's D tier. Next one we have is the Love Ball. The Love Ball is more effective against Pokemon of the opposite gender from the one you are using. So if you are using a male Pokemon, it'll be more effective against a female Pokemon. And that's all. Not really much to write home about here. I don't even know if the Love Ball is in some of the newer games. I don't remember this one being in the newer ones. I think it was introduced in Generation 2. A lot of these balls were introduced way back in the Generation 2 games. So D tier on this one, also not very useful. Next we have this green ball, which is the Friend Ball. This ball doesn't actually help you catch anything, but once you catch a Pokemon in it, it will immediately make them more friendly towards you, which is very helpful. So if you are catching a Pokemon that, is relatively easy to catch, you don't need anything more than a Pokeball, you might as well use this and make it more friendly towards you, which in the modern games is an entire cheat code because of how happiness works now. But also, if you're catching like a Zubat, that would be a really good Pokemon to catch in here because you do need that friendship evolution for Crobat. Other Pokemon like that, so Friend Ball, going to be C tier. It is definitely useful. Next we have, I believe this next one is called the Moon Ball. Let me move around my setup here. There we go. I believe this next one is called the Moon Ball, and it says it's 4 times effective if a Pokemon that belongs to an evolutionary family, which includes a Pokemon that evolves using a Moonstone. Ugh. How often? There's like 8 Pokemon in the game, if that evolve using a Moonstone, so having a specific ball for it seems like a big waste. Now, I do like the design of this ball, but I think it's just largely not very useful at all. The Pokemon that you're going to catch that would be effective to catch with a Moonstone, like Ninarina and Nidoran, like you usually catch them right at the beginning of the game. So the Moon Ball, not very useful. Next we have this S Ball, which is the Sports Ball, which I believe is used in the bug catching competition. Those things made me so angry as a kid. F tier. I don't want to go back. Next ball we're looking at here is the Netball. This is more effective against water and bug-type Pokemon because you can catch them in nets. This is an A-tier ball. Very, very useful. As you get to a point in a Pokemon game where you can actually get these, it is always nice to have some on you because they are some of the best Pokeballs you can use against bug and water-type Pokemon. So going to be A-tier for me. Next we have the Nest Ball. Very effective against Pokemon that are very weak compared to the one that you were using. So if you are trying to fill up your Pokedex and catch some Pokemon that you missed, you can be using a Nest Ball. It'll be more effective than a Pokeball. Though that said, you could probably just use a regular Pokeball too, but, it is what it is. The next ball we have here is this the Fast Ball? No. This is the Repeat Ball. So this is more effective against Pokemon that you've already caught before. Which is nice. Being able to catch Pokemon a little easier is always a plus, and if you are trying to catch multiple of the same type of Pokemon for some reason, then that's an awesome Pokeball to have. Now, there's a couple different reasons why you would want to catch more than one type of the same Pokemon. Maybe you are searching for a certain rare trait or a certain gender of the Pokemon or a certain nature. Those could all be reasons to use a Repeat Ball. And then there are some games which have a mechanic where the more Pokemon of a certain type that you catch, the more chance you have that that Pokemon will be shiny when you encounter it. So if you are shiny hunting using the catch streaks, the repeat ball would also be very helpful for you. Next we have a timer ball, which is going to go in S tier. It is the ball that you use after 10 turns, basically. The longer you've been in a battle, the more effective it is. Makes it a very useful Pokeball to have. Should always have some of these on you. You know what? Netball's probably up there in S tier too, huh? Yeah, Netball's probably up there in S tier too. Along with the timer ball. These two are balls that you should always have with you. That's basically what S tier is Pokeballs that you should always have on you. Next we have the Luxury Ball. The Luxury Ball doubles the rate in which the contained Pokemon receives friendship, which I'll put in C tier along with the Friend Ball. So the Friend Ball starts them at a certain level. The Luxury Ball, they start at the same level of friendship, but they increase at double the speed. So both of those basically do the same thing. I don't think the Friend Ball is typically in the newer games. I think usually it is just the Luxury Ball. The Luxury Ball does also have the benefit that it is wonderful to look at. It's one of the better looking Pokeballs in general, in my opinion. So I'd put that here at the top of C tier. Next we have the Premier Ball. The Premier Ball is a cool looking Pokeball. That's all it is. It does not add anything to the game, but you can get them pretty early on. Anytime you buy, at least in the modern games, anytime you buy 10 of any type of Pokeball from the shop, you get a free Premier Ball. So over time you will stack up on a good amount of Premier Balls to have, which is nice to be able to do that. And that's it, right? It's not any more effective than the regular Pokeball. Yeah, they just look cool. The fact that you can get them pretty early on means that you don't really have to worry that they're not very effective. If you want to catch a legendary or something in this, good luck with that. But I'm going to put it in B tier because it does look pretty cool. Next ball we have is the Dive Ball. This is more effective on water-dwelling Pokemon. I'm going to put this into the A tier. In my opinion, unless I'm missing something, I don't think there's any reason to use this instead of the Netball, because the Netball also works on bug Pokemon, and the Dive Ball doesn't. So I might be missing an interaction there that I'm not sure about, but I'm going to put that in A tier. It's definitely very useful on water Pokemon. If you're catching a water Pokemon, you should use one if you don't have a net. Yeah, one of these... yeah, you're going to use one of these for water Pokemon. Next we have the Dusk Ball. This is one of the best Pokeballs on this list. I wish it was a little bit better looking, but it definitely does look unique. If you were in a cave or if it's nighttime, which is half the time that you're playing the game, depending on, I suppose, when in real life you actually play, the Dusk Ball is going to be your best friend because it is better than the Ultra Ball at night and should pretty much always be used. So definitely keep some of these on you. Next coming up, we have the Heal Ball. This fully restores a caught Pokemon's HP, PP, and status. I've never really found this very useful, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure there's some situations earlier in the game where it'd be useful, but you don't usually get Heal Balls until a little bit later. You can always just go back to a Pokemon Center, so I don't think the Heal Ball is all that useful. Pokeball that is useful, though, is the Quick Ball. The Quick Ball is probably the number one Pokeball that you should have. It gives you a massive chance to catch literally any Pokemon on the first turn, and then after that it does nothing. But you should always start your battle off with a Quick Ball, throwing that Quick Ball out. It does look pretty good. There are some Pokemon I wouldn't like in the Quick Ball just because of how it looks, but that's a purely aesthetic thing. So if you're going for pure functionality, the Quick Ball, very, very useful in Pokemon games. The next ball we have here is, I believe this is the Cherish Ball. And the Cherish Ball is unobtainable by normal gameplay. The only way to get a Cherish Ball is Pokemon that are received from events come automatically in a Cherish Ball. So that's pretty cool that you can get them like that, and we can see that. I'm going to go and put that in A tier. It's obviously a very cool looking ball. You know you have a special Pokemon if it's in the Cherish Ball there. You can't actually throw it or anything like that, so yeah. Nothing really to much say more there. Going to put it in the same rank as the Dive Ball. Next we have the Park Ball, which is used in the PAL Park in Generation 4 to catch Pokemon that came over from Generation 3 games. I guess it's a different looking Pokeball. I don't actually remember. I don't think this Pokemon that are caught with this actually take on... Like, I don't think in their stats it actually says that they are owned by this ball. Yeah, they retain their original Pokeball, no matter whether or not they're caught with this. So that kind of sucks, actually. I'm going to put that down here in F tier with the esports ball. Because this would be a very cool ball for some Pokemon to be in. I understand why they didn't do that. They make them basically keep... If they were originally caught in a Pokeball in Pokemon... Emerald, and you bring them over to Pokemon Diamond, you catch them in this, it would still say that it's caught in a Pokeball, because it's what it was originally caught in. But just because of mechanics there, if you're a newer Pokemon player, if you haven't played the old games, there used to be a lot of hoops you had to jump through to transfer your Pokemon from one generation to the next. And these were used to transfer your Pokemon from the Game Boy games onto the Nintendo DS games. So there was even more hoops to jump through. So it was a cool system. I'm glad they added it, but these balls don't really do anything. I suppose they look cooler than regular Pokeballs, but yeah, not by a whole lot. Next ball here we have is the Dream Ball. This is more effective if used on a sleeping Pokemon. Now, Pokeballs are already more effective when they're used on sleeping Pokemon, but this one even is more so. So if you have a Pokemon with Hypnosis and you have a lot of Dream Balls, I guess that would be an effective way to catch Pokemon. And I believe it would actually be more effective even than a Netball on a water Pokemon. So having some of these might be a good idea if you have the Pokemon to take advantage of that. Next we have this Pokeball right here, and I will be completely honest, I don't know what this is. Taking a look at the wiki here to try to see if there is a ball that I can get more information about somewhere. This is a typing ball. That has unlocked some level of memory in my brain, but I don't know where it is from. A typing ball. Okay, I see the image here. What is a typing ball? Okay. Typing balls are used in Learn with Pokemon Typing Adventure. They are thrown after one successfully types a Pokemon name. Okay. They look alright. D tier, I guess. I didn't know that game actually existed. Apparently, I have not seen this ball before, because I don't know what that is. Regular Pokeballs. Gotta go in C tier. They are the classic look, though, so sometimes I do prefer to have my Pokemon in regular Pokeballs other than Great Balls or Ultra Balls or whatever. But the Premier Balls just look better than the regular Pokeballs, in my opinion, and they're not very useful after a certain point of the game, so... Definitely gonna go down there in C tier. I think that's a fair place for it. Next we have an anime ball, which was the Lake Ball, which, taking a look at this was in episode 168 of the anime, Hook, Line, and Sinker. I believe this was used in some type of fishing competition. Yeah, it's a Sea King catching competition, so it looks pretty cool. If we're judging just based off looks, it does look pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and put it in B tier. Now, this is not placed up here for its usability. This is placed up here for just what it looks like. It is a pretty unique looking Pokeball. I actually think it might look better than the Dive Ball or the Net Ball. Next, we have another anime-only ball, which is the Catch Race Pokeball, which also looks pretty cool. Going to be putting that into B tier here. Not obtainable in the game, so I couldn't tell you, its effectiveness or anything like that, but it is pretty good. I'm going to put it in B tier. Next we have Team Rocket balls. These do look pretty cool. I like the fact that Team Rocket has their own Pokeballs, and it's not pictured here, but they also have another Team Rocket ball, which is a black Pokeball with just the R symbol on it. So these are a newer version of that, and I like that concept. Team Rocket being the main villains of Pokemon, having their own Pokeballs, definitely fits. Maybe they could use those to steal from other players or something like that. I don't think this list actually has a Snag Ball. Snag Balls were used in one of the video games to steal Pokemon from other players. In one of the spin-off games, Pokemon Coliseum. Yeah, I don't see them on this list. Oh I don't remember the name of this Pokeball, but it was used in one of the games by one of the movies by one of the villains. It's a Dark Ball. I believe it makes Pokemon evil? Or something like that. Yes, he is a villain. It turns his Pokemon... I don't know. He's the villain from the Celebi movie. Pretty cool. A tier. Not much else to say. The GS Ball. This ball is going down here into D tier. Now, the reason I'm putting this ball down here is because in the Pokemon anime, they had an entire arc that some people might remember where they had this Pokeball and nobody could get it open and they had to take it somewhere. So Ash had this Pokeball and he's going to take it somewhere and he left it with somebody and everybody's excited. They're like, oh, what's in this Pokeball? And then they never went back to it. They never revealed what was in the GS Ball. Just never. They just left off. And I believe the reason why that happened, because I did look this up, the reason why that happened apparently was because it was originally going to contain a Celebi. But then they decided to make Celebi the movie Pokemon. Like they decided to make a movie. So then they just cut out that story arc in the TV show, and they never did anything with that Pokeball. So they just hoped that everybody would forget about it. So because of that, I'm putting it down here in D tier. The concept is definitely better than F tier, but the fact that they never came back to that ball in the anime really annoyed me and confused me as a child. So D tier. Great Balls are pretty great. Ultra Balls are pretty ultra. Definitely want to have some of these on hand. There are certain games where Great Balls are actually not that much worse than Ultra Balls, so having some on you is not a bad idea, especially if you are fighting weaker characters and you don't have a whole lot of money to go around. Great Balls and Ultra Balls are both awesome to have, and obviously Ultra Balls are going to be your go-to ball of choice as you progress through the game. Master Ball is obviously going to be an S tier. It is the one ball in the game that is able to automatically catch anything at all. I just finished going through my old Pokemon Pearl save, and I just finally got the event-exclusive Shaman and Darkrai, and I caught those in Master Balls because I'd never used my Master Balls in that save. So being able to go into a fight knowing you can catch that legendary Pokemon definitely is nice with that Master Ball. Obviously OP, but you only get one or two in a game. And now, strangely, we are back to some normal Pokeballs. I believe these are in alphabetical order or something. Wait, no, because this is Ultra. I don't know. I don't know what order they're in. But we went through anime balls, and now we're back with some regular Pokeballs. This next one here is called the Nest Ball, I believe. No, this was the Nest Ball. What is this one then? Safari Ball. Okay, so this one is the Safari Ball. Used similar way to the Park Ball and the Sports Ball. However, the Safari Ball actually with the camo look looks really, really good. So on appearances alone, I'm going to put this up here in C tier. But it's a normal Pokeball. It's just using the Safari catching contests. I think you can actually get it outside of the Safari now. Rarely. And it looks like it actually does have a better catch rate than a Pokeball. As does the Sports Ball, actually. So that's neat. I didn't realize that, actually. So maybe we move the Sports Ball up, because the Sports Ball actually has an increased catching rate. Didn't realize that. Alright, we have 3 more Pokeballs here to do. We're trying to figure out what they are. I've definitely seen these before, but they are not normal ones. Okay, we have the Fastball. These are all Generation 2 Pokeballs. I'm not sure... I don't know if these are still around in modern games, but first we have the Fastball. So this is 4 times if used on a Pokemon with a base speed stat of at least 100. So this is a similar thing than the Heavy Ball. Obviously, it is useful against Pokemon who are very fast, but against all the other Pokemon, it's fine, and it's not a really pretty ball to look at either. The fact that they put some of the yellow on the bottom side of the ball is kind of a weird decision. So yeah. Next, we have the Level Ball. The Level Ball works similar to the Nest Ball. But it's like a multiplier based on the Pokemon that you're using. So I actually like this better than the Nest Ball. I was just looking it up. So these two balls, very similar, right? Okay. So the Nest Ball has an increased chance to catch Pokemon between the levels of 1 and 29. And it's a multiplier. The lower level they are, the higher chance you catch them with this ball. So it's pretty much an auto catch against like level 3 Pokemon. The level ball, which is this one, it's a multiplier. So if your Pokemon is 4 times higher than the Pokemon you're trying to catch, even if that Pokemon is like level 25 and you're level 100, I guess, right, 4 times. So you have an 8 times chance to catch it, which is absolutely crazy. So these balls do very, very similar things, and which is why I don't think they're both in modern games. But I do really like the concept of this one, that you have that multiplier in place. So as you level up your Pokemon more, you can get a better outcome there. But I think the Nest Ball is just a little easier to understand, though. Finally, we have the Lure Ball. This is 4 times if used on a Pokemon encountered while fishing. I don't really know why this Pokeball exists. I guess it isn't really used anymore in favor of the Nest Ball, or I'm sorry, the Dive Ball and the Net Balls. But it can go down here into B tier, you know. Yeah, just kind of leave that there. It's just inferior to these Pokemon because these work on all water Pokemon, and these just work on Pokemon while fishing. So, yeah. And that's the list, guys. What do you think of these Pokeballs? Did you realize there was so many Pokeballs? Which ones are these your favorite? And do you care what Pokeballs you use to catch your Pokemon in? Let me know any of those things if you care to in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you appreciate the video, and subscribe if you'd like to see more random tier lists just like this one. There will be another one up tomorrow, as there is every single day. With all that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This has been the guy who makes random tier lists, and I'm signing off.